Hi, everybody. You're welcome to the very first episode of Event Gist with LP. And I'm your host, Odulami Abisola. LP Event Managers is an event planning company located in Lagos State with over 6 years experience. And yes, we can tell you that we have had our own fair share of the event industry because a lot of things has happened based on when we started till the very first moment that we are at the moment. So we thought to share our own experience with the audience in case you are curious about knowing what happens behind the scenes with event planners, because majority of people just see the glitz and glam of events, but you don't know what happens behind the scene. So we are here to explain to you everything you need to know behind the scene of events. But today, I have brought my own personal experience to you to come and share with you. So, it's about a decorator that didn't show up for my events. It's okay. I have viewed, yes. But it happened when I started planning events, which was about 2019. It was my very first event, and I had a decorator on board. Now, I'm still this young and vibrant event planner that still wants to put everything together, talk to people, explore my radars with vendors. But I'm still trying to be careful about it. I'm still trying to be careful about it so I don't overstep it. So I decided to use my inner circle for my very first event. It was 2019 and I was off planning school at 2016 at Busy Event Manager. Shout out to Busy, by the way. She's like the very best event planning school you could think of in Lagos, Nigeria. And they are still making waves. So you can check them out on Instagram. So the decorator was one of my facilitators in school as at 2016. So I finished 2016. There wasn't job. I was doing internship, going from one place to another, trying to coordinate for people and all. And then I met this photographer. The photographer introduced me to a client, and that was it. The client loved me. Everybody was good. Like, I planned this event in my life. I'm telling you the truth. I planned this event in my life, did everything I was supposed to do, crossed my T's, dot my I's, ensure that everything was perfect. But behind every perfect event, there is a devil. Okay, sorry, don't let me say there is a devil because he has apologized, but then the scar it still looks very fresh anytime I think about it. So it was 2019, like I said earlier, and I reached out to this facilitator of mine. Oh, Sal, I would like you to please do decorations for me for my very first event, though. And he was like, oh, okay, LP. He calls me Lami. Yeah. Lami, okay, no problem. We'll do it. And the price for the decor then was 500k. Imagine paying 500k as at 2019 for a decorator. It's more like you are paying about 5 million naira as at the moment presently for a decorator. So the expectations were high and everybody wants to like get things done. So we went for the vendors meeting in the hall, and it was told that, oh, you were not supposed to do an overnight setup. You can't do an overnight setup in the hall. And I was like, oh yes, I understand. He knows. Fine. So we waited till I paid him the balance, and he now told me that day that, oh, okay, at the vendors meeting, that he had another event in Songo. And I was like, well, I now know better, because then when we were in school, what they taught us in school was, oh, you had to pay vendors 2 weeks before event. That's on the vendors meeting that you have to pay them. But now I know better than to pay vendors 2 weeks to event without a proper documentation or a proper legal arrangement between the both of us to ensure that, oh, I'm legally binded to you and legally binded to me. He now told me. And I was not like, okay, what do you want us to do now that you have another event after you collected your balance? I was like, oh, he's just telling me to let me know that he would work around it. Mind you, they told him categorically at the event center that You can't work overnight, like I said earlier. You can't work overnight. You can come in 7 a.m. and then you go in 7 p.m. in the night. That's the best they can do. And I was like, okay, no problem. That you understand that it will be there very early in the morning and then you work till that late, then you would come back and finish up. That was the plan. And I was like, okay, fine, no problem. Fast forward to the event day. I suffered. I suffered. I suffered though. I suffered. So in the event day, a day to the event, then I called him very early in the morning. Oh, hello sir, where are you? How far with the setup and everything? And I was like, oh, don't worry. I was just waiting for them to bring the print because the bride wanted a Bollywood themed event because she loved Z word. Yes, she loved the Z word so much. So she wanted Bollywood team event, and I was like, okay, my very first team event too. Let's kill it and then we shoot it. I called him and I was like, oh, he was waiting for the prints and he was waiting for the carpenters to come around and all. I was going to leave home in an hour. Mind you, that was around 8 o'clock in the morning. I called him. Yeah, that was 8 o'clock in the morning. Then I didn't call him. I left him to like 12 hours. I was thinking, okay, then he will have been in the hall by then. I just had a call I got a call from the hall and they were like, oh, your decorator is not here yet too. What's up? And I'm like, he's not there, okay? He told me he was going to leave 1 hour ago. Why is he not there? So I called him. Hello, sir. Where are you? I've not seen you. They said they've not seen you in the hall. And I was like, don't worry. I'm still waiting for them. They are not there. Just to cut the long story short, lo and behold, this guy got to the hall at, guess, 4 o'clock. He got to the venue 4 o'clock in the evening. And I was, because the bride father called me, I went to their house. And I was like, decorator, today, like your decorator is not there. I was like, no, that don't matter today. I'm not worried, the job is going to be done and everything. And he got there 4 p.m. and he started working 4:30. And now, if you know decorators very well, before they offload, before they now start, before he could start anything, 5 o'clock, and he was supposed to leave the hall by 7. He said I shouldn't worry, that he has enough hands, that they are going to work together, ensure that everything is good, is fast. He can call. I was like, okay, fine, no problem. He called me at 7 p.m. Hello, LP. I'm going. You are going, Ken. Going to where? You just go to the hall and you say you are going. Alpha, what's up? It was like, they told him to leave the hall already. And I said, categorically that you're not supposed to work overnight. So what is the plan? What are you going to do? It was like, he would catch up, but then he wanted to first go to Songo. That was around past 7. He will go to Songo and he will be back by 5 a.m. in the morning. I was like, oh no, sir, you can't do that to me. Okay, you know what we are going to do? I gave him 2 options. I stayed very close to the venue. I said, okay, you know what will happen? Let your boys come and stay in my house. Then in the morning at 5, I would go with them back to the venue. Then you would come and meet us there. They was like, no. They can't sleep in someone's house. Okay, no problem. I'll get an hotel for them, very close to the venue, just the street behind the hall. There's an hotel there. I will pay for my money, get them an hotel. Like, no. I shouldn't worry. He wants to take everybody to Songo so that the work can be faster and then they can come back together and come and finish up. And I was like, I'm not comfortable with this idea, but I don't know. It convinced me and I agreed to it. Foolish me. I agreed to it. And he left. So he left. So the bride's father called. I was like, oh, the decorator. I said, yes, sir. He has left, but he's around. I didn't really go. That he's around the venue. That in the morning he will come back and finish up. I said, okay, no problem. This decorator kept me up all night. Like, it practically kept me up all night. I didn't sleep because I kept calling. I was calling him. Hello, hey, please, where are you? I was like, okay, he has gotten to Songo around past 10. It's a canopy work. They will soon be done. I called him again. So I left him. Then I called because I was also doing the catering services for the event. Another big mistake, another big mistake. They don't want me, but I wanted to do it, so I did it. So you understand? So we were cooking in the house, and then in the morning around 3 a.m. I called him. Hello, sir. Where are you, sir? He was like, oh, he's almost rounding up with the venue that he will leave there by 5 o'clock. By 5 o'clock in the morning. And I said, sir, you're coming from Songo. Traffic is going to be a lot. Don't leave by 5. Leave by 4. So that by 6 you should be able to get to the venue. He was like, oh, is it 4? He said yes. So he said he was going to leave by 4. I called him 4:30. Sir, are you on your way? Oh no, he's not on his way, but he's about to leave. I said, okay. I called him by 5:30. Oh, sir, you should be closer now. He said, oh, he's not closer, but he's on his way. And I'm like, and it's not started looking like he's playing me, and it's making me feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Cause it was like, you are coming. It was a lot. It was a lot. I called him past 6, hoping I was going to be in the hall as a past 6. He said, oh, he's not on his way, but he will soon be coming. That is where I knew that I've entered Wahala. So I called him at 5:30, and he gave me another excuse. That was when I knew that I've entered Wahala. But then, as an event planner, your instincts kicks in immediately, and I was like, okay, what do I do? So I went back out, spoke to the caterers, the people that were cooking for me. Okay, sorry, I need this, I need that, and I just needed to see the situation of the hall first to know what was going on. So it was 5:30, so I was like, fine, no problem. I ordered a ride. I went to the venue. I checked what was going on. Hey, come and see my life. This guy had not done anything. He had not done anything. The only thing he did was the backdrop for the stage, and then chair covers. Chair cover was about 500. It was about 500 guests, and the chair cover was like, he had done about 300 chair covers. But still, it was nothing because we still had like the walkway to do. Then welcome area wasn't the 10. It was just photo area. So the photo area wasn't done. The welcome area wasn't done, and the highlight of it all, guess, he didn't drop anything for me in the hall. He took everything down to Songo, leaving me with nothing. I wanted to cry. But then, as an event planner, I couldn't break down. Yeah, so I just called my colleague. Hello, please, I need people that can wear chair covers for me. That I needed to just move this thing fast because the event was supposed to start by 9 o'clock. I need to just move as fast as I can. So they called someone for me. I rented chair cover. Both guys, they did the chair cover, and but then the chair cover alone wasn't enough. We needed stuff to happen in the hall. I called him again at 6:30. Please, what are you doing? Where are you? He said he's already on his way. That was 6:30. I was like, okay, fine. We are a few hours behind schedule. No problem. We can still stall a bit. I can still call the bride's father and then beg him that, okay, please, can we start a little bit later for the event? Which he would agree to it because, I've formed this relationship with the family and they all liked me, and I was their baby boy until the decorator came and stole my sonship from them. It is well. So he said he was coming and he didn't show up. Truth of the matter is, he didn't even show up. He didn't show up at all. He didn't show up, and that was it. So what we did was, I went back home because I was still shoveling the house with the food that they are cooking in the house, and I still had to be in the hall to ensure that everything was going on well. So cut the long story short, I got back to the hall at past 8. Not even before then. I got a call from the bride assistants. The bride assistant called me and said, Bisola, your bride is crying now. And I'm like, crying? What happened? I just left the hall. It is not how she's not supposed to cry. Besides, what is happening in the hall? She's not supposed to know. So what's going on? So the bride assistant said, our friends and then our in-laws went to the hall. They went to check the hall and they said that the hall was empty. And they told people. They now went back to tell her that the hall was empty. Oh, that's why she started crying. And then they already like, she has changed into her Nikai outfit. She was already taking pictures, and again, she's no more interested because I spot her day. I had to call her. I called her and I was like, oh, hi, my bride. I'm just trying not to mention names for disclosure. Do you understand? So I called her and I was like, oh, bridey, what's up? She was like, Bisola, this is what we discussed about. This is not what we talked about. This is not what we talked about. What is going on? What is really going on? Tell me. And I was like, okay, nothing is going on. The decorator is running late, but don't worry, I'm on it. It's going to be settled. And she believed me. Thank God for the kind of client I have. Chim, I'm grateful. So she believed, and that was it. But I went back to the hall around past 8, and then the bride's father was like, Salah, what was going on? But then I can't be lying to everybody and then still be lying to the bride's father. So I had to come out to him and tell him that, okay, sir, this is what is happening. The decorator that was supposed to work, I couldn't even look at him. I was looking down. The decorator, he didn't come because this and this, so he kept giving excuse. The man was like, okay, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, sir, I don't know what I can do because he didn't even drop any of his things in the hall. The man said, okay, no problem. That he understand what is going on, no, that I should not worry. So he called the hall manager. Thankfully, the hall manager's wife is a decorator as well. I have to give her a shout out. All location affairs. She's in Keto. That woman, she's an angel. So she came in and she was like, okay, what's going on? So I went to meet her that, okay, this is what is happening. The decorator, leave that one. What is your mood? Can I see the concept? I was like, we have a concept, but I don't think the concept can work at the moment. Like, she agrees, but at least let's do something that is closer to what we are supposed to do. And okay, she said, okay. So she asked me, what did I train from? I told her busy. But busy is my friend now. Don't worry, the event is going to go well. The plan was to do the Nikai in a separate space, and then the engagement and reception together, to ensure that, to have this beautiful transition and everything. So the woman was like, as it is now, time is already going and there's nothing we can do about this thing. So we need to split the hall into two. We split the hall into two. So what we did was, we initially just had a plain backdrop, and then we put 2 chairs there just for them to have the Nikai. So immediately after the Nikai, while the couples has gone to change, then we transformed back into the child environment, and then we started the child and everything. While that was going on, we still had a lot of people in the main hall, because it was a big hall. It was a very big hall, 500 guests. So we had people in the main hall trying to set up for us and trying to do a lot of things. I had a lot of my family members. My late mom was there. We had some people from my church just to ensure that the thing is going on smoothly, and it came out well at the end of the day. But that is not the main gist. The decorator that did not show up is not the main gist. The main gist was, they slapped me. The groom's elder brother slapped me. It was not one though, it was twice. He slapped me twice. So what happened? So I've gone home to go and change. I've settled up everybody and I've gone home to go and change. So I came back to the hall so that it wouldn't be nice. We had a very chaotic morning for the event, and the bride is also tensed and everybody's tense. So I had to okay, let me come back so that the bride can at least be seeing me. The bride can be seeing me, at least when she's seeing me, she's going to be more agile and everything. So I went back. So immediately I got there, it was during the Nikai. Yes, during the Nikai. I got back. So when I got there, I entered into the hall. I just saw a figure walking closer to me. If I had told that I was going to be slapped, I wouldn't have stayed. Sincerely. I wouldn't have stayed. If I knew that I was going to be slapped, I wouldn't have stayed. So it was coming close to me. I was like, Iwo, surely what? It was talking in Yoruba. Surely what? Ogbolowa bro me. I think, I had a slap on my face. And as I was still trying to process what was going on, He came again and gave me another slap. Okay. So after he slapped me, I went to the changing room to cry. I cried though. Yes. Big boys, they cry. I cried. I cried a lot. Then one of my coordinators came to meet me. Shout out to Yewande. She came to meet me and she was like, "Oh, Bisola, is enough. It's okay. You tried for this event. You planned this event with your life." And I'm like, "Yes, I did this. But what happened? What went wrong?" I was crying. So the bride sister too came. I went out. I cleaned my face. I went outside. So when I got outside, I saw the bride's father, and the bride's father was like, "Who slapped you?" I was like, "Oh, it was so and so that slapped me." Because the man is a retired policeman. So he came to me. He went to the guy. He took the guy outside to discipline him and everything. So the guy came back to apologize. So this is your fault. He was like decorator. If it was not the decorator that disappointed me, say you slapped me. I know what I did. I planned it. I was trying to avoid shalaye shining me. Avoid shalaye. So I was explaining and I was still crying, and that was it. And the event went well. Every other vendor delivered. The photographer that linked me up with the job, the person delivered. Every other vendor delivered except from that decorator. But every other person delivered, and it was good. But guess what? The decorator came back. He came back at past 3. He sent a carpenter and one florist down to the event hall. And I was like, "What do you want them to come and do?" And I asked them, "Where is he?" They said, "Oh, when they got to 7 Up, he took another bus and then he went home. He left them to come, and then he went home." He called me later and he was like, "Oh, he's sorry. It's not his fault." I told him everything on the phone, that I was being beaten. He was like, "He will make it up to me. If you make it up to me tomorrow." Another thing, avoid accepting promises if there's anything like that. Except he's going to make it up to me tomorrow. Because it was like, he's going to make it up to me, he's going to refund me the money. It was just a messed up. It was just a messed up kind of person. And that thing still gave me PTSD till today, because I trust decorators that know their job. But once the decorator tell me that, "Oh, I have a job, I have another job," I'm always on my toe. I'll be on my toe to ensure that you really do what you're supposed to do. So everybody called me. Busy called, and she was like, "Oh, Bisola, I'm sorry about it. We'll look for what to do. We'll try to discipline him." He called me. He apologized. His father called, because I used to go to that once in a while. Let me just say his familiarity that spoiled that teacher, because I was too familiar with him. So let's say it was over familiarity that spoiled him. So his father called to apologize. His mom called as well. Some professionals in the event industry, like some big names, called as well. Then to ask me what was going on and everything. I told them about it, and the event went well. But that experience was a bittersweet experience. It was not even a bittersweet. Bittersweet where? It was a bitter experience. It was a bitter experience. But then I've grown a lot. I've grown a lot now to understand what is going on. I've grown a lot now to be able to handle my chores myself. I've grown a lot now to do like a lot of things. So another thing I want to tell you, please, startup event planners, please ensure that you have something legally binding you with your vendors, so as to avoid story that touches the heart. Please, ensure that your vendors are on top of their game, just to ensure that you don't have an experience like mine. Well, is there anybody that's going to be as cool as me? Because after that event, I had people that said, they were going to arrest him. They were like, "Oh, I was going to get him arrested." So, but I was like, "That's gone. What do I want to do?" So, thank you very much for listening to my rants as the very first gist I was going to bring to you. Thank you for listening to my rants. Thank you for... Now, I think I feel a little bit lighter now that I've spoken to you guys about it. Yeah. So, thank you very much. See you on the very next episode. Bye.